Hi and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you don't know who I am, my name's Paul from Scissors Paper Paul on Instagram, Facebook and on YouTube. And today I'm here to talk to you about infusible ink coasters. Now, it's fair to say that I'm pretty obsessed with infusible ink coasters, and if you are too, or if you just want to learn more, then you're in the right place. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe so you can get updates on my content each and every week. So let's get started. So going to the overhead camera, just got some examples of some of the coasters that I've made so far. This is a super cute one with the Star Wars images. And this is actually just a reddish background with the black cutout and slice and set inside. Here I've used the Cricut to draw the design, and then I've actually colored it in with infusible pens and markers as well. Super, super cute. There's another example of the sheet, transfer sheet in the black with the black, plain black just sliced and set in there as well. And then the beautiful black botanicals, which I just love, just works so beautifully on its own. Or if you want to get a little bit adventurous, you could also color it in with some of the infusible ink pens as well. And that looks really super cute. Another one of just the plain transfer sheets. You can just see these are beautiful. These are permanent onto these Cricut blanks. They're washable. They're not going anywhere. They are literally infused into the blank. This was a series that I did, given the current state of the world. I made these little travel passport stamps that were all about really going to the bathroom or bedroom and places around the house, really, not much further than that. And another one with the beautiful cabbage rose. You can see there as well, but lovely and glossy, really, really cute, perfect for gifts. Now, today, what I'm going to be working with is the infusible ink with the buffalo plaid, because we're going to do a bit of a Christmas theme today. So I've got my Easy Press, we've got our infusible ink transfer sheets, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use the Cricut Joy today as well. So first things first, let's go and create our designs. So I'm just going to go over into Design Space, and here we are. I'm going to open up a new project, and just to act as a guide so I know with my sizing, so I make everything's, obviously the right dimensions. I'm not going to go too big. I'm just going to create a template with a circle, and I'm going to make the circle 3.67 inches. Now that means it's just going to go right across that ceramic coaster from Cricut, and it means that we'll just get a really great transfer right edge to edge as well, which I really, really like. So again, this is purely just a template. Now we're going to add an image or some text that we're going to slice out of the buffalo plaid that's going to make our coasters. I know what I'm looking for, so I'm just going to search for fa, la, 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 la. And we'll just go down and find the images that I wanted. And these are the ones here. Fa la 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 wine and fa la 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 latte. So we'll insert those images. And now we can just resize them to make sure that they fit onto our coaster. Like so. Yep, I'm liking that sizing. So that is basically 2 inches wide. So let's just make that a flat 2 inches. And we'll do the same here. And then they'll be proportionate. And then they'll both fit there on the circle. Awesome. Okay, so now we're going to make another copy of our circle template, because we will cut that out of the infusible ink as well, the circle. So we're just going to position our words. Now we want this to be dead center. So I'm going to select both the words, and I'm going to hold down the Control or Command key and click on the circle. Or if I click off that, I can just simply click and drag over both of them, then go up to the top, and I'm going to align and then center. And now that's perfectly in the center. I'll go down to the bottom right-hand side of Design Space, and I'm going to attach. And that's just going to make sure it cuts out exactly where I've placed it. Then we're just going to do exactly the same thing for our next design. We'll just send this to back. So again, click and drag over both of them, align, center, and then we're going to click attach. All right, and then they are done and they are ready to cut. So let's get cutting. We'll click. Make sure I've got the correct machine selected. We'll click Make It. And we'll be cutting on the mat. Click Done. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to choose my 4.5 by 12 inch mat so we can cut them both at the same time. So I'm going to click Continue. And that's going to connect to the machine. And so we'll get our mat. Here is my 12-inch mat. So I'll take off the protective cover. I'm going to open up our infusible ink. Use my True Control knife. If you don't have one of these are awesome. Super, super sharp. I've had this one for a couple of years. I haven't changed the blade yet, but I probably should. Now with the infusible ink, a couple of things to remember. You don't want to manhandle it too much because your warm hands can actually remove some of the ink from the transfer sheets. And also you want to keep it in a cool, dry, dark place. So I'm going to cut this open. And what we'll do is any scraps that are left behind, we will actually pop back into this black packaging and store it that way as well. Again, because we just want to keep it dry, dark and cool. And then we've got our butcher paper to do our transfer when we come to do the application. And also we have a little piece of polyester fabric here, which is used to do a test transfer if you wish. We're not going to do that today. We're just going to get straight into the design. And you'll also notice the muted colors. So this one that looks brown is actually black. And this one that looks sort of pinky and brown will actually be super, super red. So we're going to pop this onto our red and black rather. We'll pop this onto our mat. Again, being careful not to manhandle it too much. I will use my brayer. So I'm going to use my brayer and just stick that down. Make sure it's nicely down there. Then we'll go back into design space and we will choose our materials. So I'm just going to browse all materials and I'm going to search Infusible. And there's Infusible Ink Transfer. I'm going to select that. Okay, and then it's giving me all of the other instructions. Now, we do need to mirror this design because with Infusible Ink, just like iron-on, we need to mirror the design so we're cutting it effectively backwards. So we'll click Done, and then we'll go over to our overhead. Got our mat. We will feed that into the machine and the rollers will start to take it. So the first thing the Cricut Joy is going to do is it will check to make sure that it has enough of the material to cut. And then I'm putting this back into the black covering as well. And then we'll go into design space and click Go. And that will start cutting. So while that's cutting, we will go into the heat guide and we'll get our Cricut Easy Press warmed up. So we're choosing Cricut Easy Press 2. The type of material is the infusible ink transfer sheets. And we're putting it onto the ceramic coaster. Click Apply. And this gives us all of the instructions. So 400 or 205 degrees Celsius. I'm going to do 205. And the time is for 240 seconds. I'll just increase the time. Which is 4 minutes. Alright, so that is cutting. We'll get our coasters. We're just going to do 2 today. And our cutting has finished. So we'll go back into design space and click Unload. There we go. And And we'll remove the material from the mat. Make sure we put our cover back on. The mat nice and clean and sticky. And what I'll also do is just remove this excess material that we don't need. Okay. And I'll cut in between these as well, just for the weeding. And I'll pop the parts that we don't want back into the black packaging. So again, it's nice and dry, put away nice and safely, and back into the box there. It can be stored away. So there we go, we can pop that away over here. And now with the weeding. So the weeding's a little bit different. With the weeding, what we're going to do is actually just peel it off with our fingers, so just grabbing off an edge. And again, we're remembering not to handle this too much. So just picking a bit at the corner to get it started, and then just peeling it away with our fingers. All of the negative pieces, so the parts that we don't want, we're peeling away. And that will go with the letters as well. So we actually want to pull out the letters, and we're going to, again, I'm just trying not to manhandle this too much. Just gets to be a little bit unique and different. I could try and poke that back in there, but I'm not going to. More trouble than it's worth. Okay, there's number one, but I'm just going to remove those little A beaters. Okay, and then we'll weed the next one as well. So these have got a bit of a Christmas theme, of course. You could do this for any occasion. Doesn't have to be Christmas. Just that it's Christmas time when I'm making this video. Okay, so there we go. There's our two designs. So let's get our Easy Press mat. Okay, so I want that nice and centered there so you can see it. We're going to take some heat transfer tape, one of our coasters. Now, this is a test piece of fabric, but something I like to use it for is just to make sure the coasters are nice and clean, because anything that's on there, dust, hair, or anything like that, will, of course, stop the transfer between the ink going onto the coaster. So you want to remove as much of that as you can. And now we're just going to position our coaster right in the middle, and then take some of this heat transfer tape and just stick it on there. You can even stick this over as well. It's really just to make sure it holds in position and doesn't move around when we start the heat application process. All right, so that's one. We'll do the second one. So again, just taking that little piece of polyester fabric, giving it a good clean there, and then just centering our design and using the heat transfer tape to secure that in place. So there are our two designs now. So here is our plain piece of white cardstock, popping that down. We're putting the ceramic coasters with the design down, okay, so face down. And then we're going to take a piece of the butcher paper that comes in with the infusible ink sheets. And we're going to place that down over the top. And this is also going to protect the surface of our Easy Press, any ink that comes up. So there we go, just pop it down. press.
Tú llegaste, te adentraste en mi ser, dibujaste una rosa en mi piel, navegaste por mis lágrimas de ayer.
Okay, we'll let the Easy Press count down for those final 10 seconds. Then we'll put that back on its cradle and we'll turn it off. And then we're just going to sit these and let them cool down before we can do the reveal. So there's the beat. So just lifting it straight up and into its cradle. I'm going to turn that off because we're finished with the Easy Press. I'll take off the butcher paper, but now I'm just going to leave everything as it is, and we'll come back once they've cooled down and we'll do the reveal, which is super exciting. Okay, so these have cooled down. So we are going to do the reveal. Very exciting. Let's have a look at the overhead. We'll just take the transfer tape off. These are really very hot when you first take them off. Here we go. You can see the colour has been removed from the transfer sheet. Oh my goodness. How great is that? Isn't that awesome? Look how shiny it is. So glossy. Just beautiful. Look at those colours. So rich. Just stunning. Okay, now let's reveal the next one. Just love it when projects come together like this. Look at that. Again, look at all that colour that's been sort of taken out from the transfer sheet and infused beautifully into another gorgeous, glossy, shiny coaster. And there they are. Super cute. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up and like and subscribe to my channel. That way you won't miss out when I upload new content each and every week. But I really appreciate you joining me today. Hope you got something out of it. If you've got any questions at all, pop them in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you very much. Bye.